Tar Heels now 6-1, and they jump into now this early December conference game that has become a regular occurrence here over the last several years, now that you're playing 20 conference games. And a rarity, the Tar Heels are at home for this thing. So hosting Florida State on Saturday, 2 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 1 p.m. radio-wise. Tip-off club starts at 12. It's going to be bumping. And, Adam, just a quick look at Florida State. You know, they are 4-2. Remember, they're coming off a really tough season. They only won 9 games last year. Yes, 9 total games last season. And they have some nice wins here early in the year. They beat UNLV and Colorado on neutral court to win a holiday event. They did lose pretty significantly on the road at Florida, lost by 21. They were down big early in that game. And just on Wednesday night had I think it was up to 14 or 17-point lead in the second half with not that much time left, like 7 minutes, and lost by 2 points to Georgia. So let a sizable advantage slip away against Georgia as part of that ACC-SEC challenge. They have 7 guys averaging right around 7 points or more. So it is very much what we have become accustomed to with Florida State. They have a lot of athletes. They have a lot of size. They're going to play a lot of guys. They don't necessarily have one guy or 2 guys that do all their scoring, although Darren Green Jr. Is their leading scorer at 14.5 points. Jameer Watkins averages 13. They're the 2 in double figures. But they have a lot of guys who will contribute to what they're doing, and it will be a challenge, particularly for Carolina defensively, to stay with Florida State and their athletes.
And I think on the offensive side, you got to watch out because they do force a lot of turnovers. So you don't want to create some easy live ball turnovers that give them some easy offense. If that's an area where they're struggling, that you sort of give them some confidence and they get on a little bit of a run. You know they're going to be athletic and put some pressure on you defensively. So Tar Heels will have to play well in that way. I think it's huge to be at home for this game. As we know, Carolina was on the road for this game last year and it didn't go well. Being able to be back at the Smith Center, as you said about Wednesday, that was a great crowd on Wednesday. I think people are kind of asleep on this game a little because, honestly, partially because of what you said, they're not used to Carolina playing this game at home. They know sometimes there is an early season ACC game, but it's not usually at the Smith Center. So there are tickets still available for this game. So come spend your Saturday in Chapel Hill. Go watch the basketball Tar Heels, then go watch men's soccer at 5 o'clock. Weather's supposed to be pretty good, so great opportunity to be part of a rare Saturday ACC crowd, which typically those are the best crowds in the Smith Center every single year.
And Florida State forcing 17 turnovers a game right now, so that's a lot. And more than 10 of them are via steal. So they are very aggressive defensively, as we have, again, become accustomed to with Florida State. So it will be important for the Tar Heels to manage that, to handle the ball. And, Adam, I'm going to guess that Carolina's feeling pretty good about itself after a quality win. And just make sure that you're reset and focused. And you've also got UConn coming up, who is a massive non-conference opponent. And so you have this game kind of in between. And it does a disservice to the quality of program that Florida State has to say this is like a trap game or a sandwich game or something like that. But just the way that it is set up, it could fall that way. But, I mean, certainly Carolina understands the quality of coach that Leonard Hamilton is and program that Florida State has.
Carolina has definitely played better, but not at the point yet where you can just chalk this up as a win. Right. I do think what you said is something for people to keep in mind. Tuesday in the Garden, that's a really big game for R.J. Davis. We talked to his dad some about it last night, just kind of in passing. Big game for Cormac Ryan, who's never played in the Garden. It's natural that they're going to be thinking about that game. Exams are going to start pretty soon, so you've got that also kind of on your radar. You haven't – I think you probably have been thinking about Tennessee for a long time. You've probably kind of been thinking about the Garden, and you haven't really been thinking as much about Florida State. But if you don't think about them, they will get you. They've done it to Carolina before, and it's where something like the Cadeau stuff we were talking about earlier. Has he ever played against athletes with the size and athleticism that he's going to see on Saturday? Probably not on a consistent basis.
Right, yeah, maybe one, but Florida State's going 5 of them out there.
Yeah, there'll be a whole team, and then they'll bring in a couple more. And so he'll think he's getting a break and he's not. I think that's a test for him when you say, oh, he's adjusted to the speed of the college game. Saturday will be another test of how far has that adjustment gone.